With Todd Horwitz. He is with BubbaTrading.com. He's based here in Chicago at the trading floor. And we were talking about the grain side of things having a positive spin, but on the other hand, then you have the livestock trade today, and it's kind of falling out of bed here. Technically speaking, where do we stand in this cattle trade, in your opinion here, Todd?
Well, I think we'll go lower. You know, I've been on the bearish side when we went down originally from way up at these levels, and I said look for a pretty good bounce, and we got a little bit bigger than I thought, but now last week we were able to identify pretty good levels in live cattle at 145. That was basically the high of this most recent move, and I look for us to work substantially lower once again. I'm looking to see, I'm targeting into the 120s. Now, we're not going straight there, okay? It's going to have these gyration kind of moves back and forth, and there's going to be many of these big vicious rallies as you happen to see when markets are starting to turn over, or when you're looking for a market that's going to go into a bear market, which I believe at the end, this will end up in a bear market, very similar to when we had the PED virus with the hogs a few years ago. I think that's what you're going to see. So look for lower prices. I think the eventual target would be probably 125. And all you have to do is look out to next June, and you'll see live cattle trading in the mid 120s based on the backwardation or contango. The backwardation is telling us that looks to be lower prices coming from there. Feeder cattle, we thought 195 was a pretty good level, and we came right to there and met the objective. And again, feeders are also in backwardation, indicating that prices are going to go lower, and I look for these to come down probably by the time it's all said and done, Marlon. I'm looking for the 140s. Now, we're not going straight there tomorrow. I think it'll take its time. There'll be levels along the way, 170, 155. Those will pause the markets. But again, when you get a big sell-off, expect a giant short covering rally. So don't get greedy and try to hold on. But if you're a producer, I think you're looking for great levels to maybe liquidate some stock up at these levels.
All right, it is important to note, isn't it, that the nearby contracts are showing by far the most weakness here.
The nearbys now, but if you look at the overall price, we were still in that backwardation formation last that I checked, and I believe that if you look out, you'll see in June, you'll see feeder and live trading much lower than they are today.
All right, let's turn our attention over to the lean hog trade. We have losses of well over $1 in the cattle everywhere you look on the nearbys. On the lean hogs, Todd, for a while, we actually had this market rally. From what I hear from other analysts this morning, they were saying that we were seeing short covering coming into the market after 6-year lows, but that kind of evaporated about an hour after the open this morning, huh?
I think that's showing you exactly. We were concerned. I had been very positive the hog space going in, and I was worried about the December contract going back into the summer. Last week, I thought that 60.50 was a very key level. Once we went through 60.50, we flushed. I will expect one of these short covering rallies will be very big. This is going to be a very challenging market to trade here, because if you're going to want to buy, you're going to have to take a gamble and buy down here and hope that this is the bottom. And I don't know how much lower we can go, but certainly there is no real floor. You could go significantly lower. We're right up against all-time lows here, or 6-year lows, as somebody said. There probably will be a dead cat bounce here in the next couple of days, but so far we failed to meet that. But I would say this, if we go back to 60, that would be an area that you might want to sell. The whole formation now has changed my overall opinion here from being a raving bull in hogs to now looking for maybe a spot to sell it. Now, once we get through this December contract, we start to go in contango in hogs, and they start to gain more value. So I think this is more some gyration. I'd love to find a spot to buy, but it's really got to clear 60 for me to even be thinking about buying right now.
Wow, there's a lot to chew on. All right, I appreciate all the information. Todd, good stuff. And if anybody wants more market info, he's a great guy to talk to. Todd Horwitz with BubbaTrading.com. You want to check it out, and he'll be able to help you out with some market strategies. A lot going on.